looking at the structural flow from the Wu. Now in our last video we were looking at the Tan Wu combination and how we apply structural flow from there. So as a recap, if Greg was to throw me a punch, what will happen is I'll intersect with the Tan style and I'll move in from the Wu in that position here. So if he was to throw the same punch again, what will happen is that I'll be able to create a structured flow from there. Now at this point I'd like to introduce a very important concept known as hand leads leg, leg leads hand. And essentially what this means is that the knee is supporting our elbow. So just to give you an example, if Greg say was to throw, in this case, a right punch, when I intersect at this point here, what I have is that I have the initial float because as the Tan goes up, I have the distortion on his spine here. Now, from this position, if I need to move, I need to better maintain the flow. So what happens at this point here, the knee is supporting the elbow. So we want to maintain that coordination. So what happens is that if it continues to apply the pressure, when I lift my knee, I'm able to control the elbow at the same time, and that's how we maintain the flow while we're moving. Now, moving on, if we move to the structural flow with the Wu style, when we look at the Sil Nim Tao in the third bridging sequence, what we'll see is that we'll see the Wu combining with the Foot style. So if we just show that particular sequence here, we just have the Tan and the Wu, which we just covered. The next section is that we have the Foot style moving into the Wu, coming back, and again into the Foot style. Thank you, Greg. Now, if we were just to explain how we interpret that particular part of the form here. Now, when I'm intersecting with the Wu, what I don't want to do is to bring the energy back, because obviously it's going back to my center, towards my spine. Now, I could actually move over to the side, but what happens is that if he's got elbow energy, non-linear elbow energy, he can still influence me, because if he pushes from the elbow, he can still affect my center. So what we need to do is that we need to remove the bridge completely. So if he throws the same punch, what happens is that by actually bringing and removing the bridge completely, his center is now off. I've got his center, and because we float with the Wu going downwards, he's got distortion on his spine in this position. But importantly, from here, I can now complete that combination, because now I can go into the Foot style and complete that Wu Foot style combination. Now, if we just look at, in terms of how we understand the Foot style from the Wu, now if I was to intersect with the Foot style, I would not be able to break the structure of his elbow if I was to intersect with that. So, for example, if it was, for example, to give me interception of the Tan where the energy was going out, that will make it even more difficult for me to try flow through his structure here. But if I was just to intersect here with the Wu, I could easily break that structure there and apply the Foot style into position. So that is how we apply the Foot style from the Wu. Thank you for watching.